All right. Hey, Tooties! It's Lord Bob and
Lady Angela.
yay! Welcome to our Samhain / Halloween / celebration. We are so glad you're here tonight. And a lot of you have been writing and saying, Psychic Bob, we want to have a Halloween ritual. We want to have a Samhain ritual. And we are so glad that you're here. Guys, because of our setup tonight, I'm far away from the computer so I can have the altar out. So I can't see all the names clearly. I see a few. Looks like Stojans is here. Hey, Stojans. Christian Druid's here. Kathy Private's here. Angela Enfield's here. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses. I can't see at a distance. So anyways, it's going to be hard. We're not probably going to do a lot of chat talking tonight because we're going to be doing a ritual. But we're just glad you guys got here. And how do you like our setup, huh? How do you like what we got going? We got our candles. We got our mystical cauldrons here. We've got our ritual tools. Here's my wand. Here's my new athame that I got. Isn't that wonderful?
Ooh.
A little mystical athame. It travels everywhere. And this is my stang. You know about the stang, Lady Angela?
Oh, yes. And I know you love your stang.
I love my stang. And so, I'm carrying this as high priest tonight. It's a sign of my office.
Nice.
And before we get into all the ritual and stuff, I thought maybe we just, talk a little bit about what we're wearing and also about the order of the purple cord. And so, Lady Angela, you look all decked out. Why don't you tell us what you've got on tonight?
Well, I have on my my witch. I have this beautiful black gown and a beautiful purple robe. I did put some spider webs on my face just, because it's awesome. And I have on my purple witch hat, which goes beautifully with my witch gear. And I have my purple cord. It's tied here under my breast around my waist, which I like to do when I do ritual.
That's very The ancient Greeks wore their cords up high like that. That's how they
I like it right there when I do ritual.
Yeah.
And it brings us all together. The point of us wearing our cords, it ties in our order, which is a worldwide order, the order of the purple cord. And it brings in all of our energies for the blessings and empowerment of this ritual and any magical workings. I have my large pentacle on tonight.
All right.
Want me to talk about my altar setup?
Yeah, tell us about your altar.
Sure. So I have these really cool, now, Lord Bob and I are both klutzes, and he's very brave tonight to be having live candles burning.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a pillar candle with skulls on it over there, like a Dia de los Muertos candle burning, but I wasn't trusting of myself, so it's over there. And I have some incense burning, but I have these amazing LED candles. I was actually given to me by a very good friend on my birthday. See here with the skulls.
Oh, beautiful.
And they're LED and they're just amazing. So I have those going. And in celebration of the season, Samhain, the end of harvest, the end of October, I went to a local grocery store and I found these amazing, cute, tiny pumpkins. And I thought, my God, those will just look amazing on my altar for our ritual tonight. And then I have my cauldron. Lord Bob and I both have our cauldron. In our ritual later, we're going to work with an apple, a pomegranate. Now, I love pomegranates. Pomegranates represent the underworld and the tale of Persephone. And I just love pomegranates, and it's a wonderful fruit to work with at this time of year. I have my favorite athame here. And then a regular kitchen knife. And I also have a cutting board.
I love it. Well, you are all set up for tonight, aren't you, Lady Angela?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
And for those of you who are just tuning in a little later at the end of the ritual, after we do some of our ritual, we're also going to do a little mystical scrying. And Lady Angela, did you bring some scrying devices?
I actually brought an oracle deck that I found suitable for tonight. It's a past life oracle. And what I'm looking forward to doing later is shuffling the cards and drawing a card, and this will be a card that it represents for all of us. And since now is the time to honor the deceased and the loved ones that have passed, or even just the souls on the other side that want to come and interact with us. So I will be shuffling and drawing a card from the past life oracle deck of a spirit who we all could give just a couple thoughts towards, or even a deep meditation towards, how this spirit is interacting and trying to communicate with us, and what blessings or stories or benefits that they're whispering in our ear.
All
so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's so exciting. See, you guys, we're going to have a wonderful and fascinating time tonight. I'm also, oops, I just knocked my candles out.
See, I told you.
I'm living on the edge. I'm also, because you guys love when we do this, I've got my mystical witch scrying bowl, and I'm going to fill it with water a little later, and we're going to see if any spirits come through in our scrying. So we're going to have a really mystical time tonight. And I want all of you just to join with us and be open to the spirit of the season. This time of Halloween, or Samhain. Samhain is the old Celtic name. The Halloween's the modern American name. But it's a time when we gather to connect with the spirit world, Lady Angela, should I tell the story of the passing of the guy? Well, actually, maybe we should start the circle. What do you think? And then I'll tell the story.
Yeah, I wanted to jump in and let everybody know, too, one of my favorite parts of doing a Samhain ritual is a flaming cauldron.
Yeah, we're going
to have a flaming cauldron, the both of us. So now, Lord Bob, I'm a little concerned with. He doesn't just have one real flame going. He has 3. And we're going to do a flaming cauldron. So let's all say a prayer. He doesn't burn down his condo.
Bob's living on the edge. I'm telling you, Bob's living on the edge.
With caution, if you guys, for your own Samhain ritual, want to have a flaming cauldron, you use a fire-safe dish. And what we've done is we've poured some table salt in there. And then we poured a bit of rubbing alcohol in there. And in a bit later in our ritual, we've actually wrote down petitions on paper. We'll light the cauldron, and please be careful because it does make a flame. It's hot, and it's a very clean, pure burning flame. And we'll be burning our petitions later on in our ritual. So that's one of my favorite things every year in a Samhain ritual is the flaming cauldron. So I'm really excited.
Well, I am too. But Lady Angela, I really want to say as a caveat, people should probably not try this at home unless they've already prepared and done this before and have the stuff. Because if you try to do it on the spry, right now you could create a fire.
Yes.
So unless you have experience, I really would join us in spirit rather than trying to go and do it tonight's last minute.
Good point. Good point.
So just something to think about. But I know we have a number of witches here who already got their cauldrons, so you'll be able to join us tonight. So, well, I'm just glad you're here. And part of the gathering of the Order of the Purple Cord. By the way, let's just talk a few minutes about Order of the Purple Cord.
Sure.
Order of the Purple Cord is a mystical Wiccan order that I started, and it's a worldwide order. And it's a group of eclectic Wiccans. We gather together under the sign of the purple cord. I'm going to take my cord off here and show it. Lady Angela, you can see yours. Mine isn't showing because I'm wearing a purple robe. So it's hard to see here. But this is our purple cords. And when you join the Order of the Purple Cord, it's free to join. We don't charge a membership dues. We ask a few requirements. One is that if you want to join the order, that you agree to abide by the Wiccan Rede, which means, and it harm none, do as you will. That means we don't do black magic. We don't do curses. We don't attack people. We're about light and love and goodness and attuning to the Great Mother and the Great Father. And so our purple cord is a mystical sign of our order, and it represents our binding together as magical workers. The color purple is an ancient and mystical color, and it was only worn by the most powerful of people in the ancient Roman times. And it was so rare, like they couldn't even make purple. You could not just go get stuff in purple. One, it was illegal. Only royalty and high-ranking nobility were allowed to wear purple. And many people in those days would find like a little scrap of purple fabric. And if you found a tear, like somebody had a cloak that was purple and a little fabric got torn on a thorn bush, if you found a little purple cloth, it was considered a magical talisman. So purple dye was not available until literally the late 1800s. So it's relatively new. But before that, purple was very rare and very expensive. So we've chosen the color of the cord to represent the magical power of purple. And that's why we wear purple a lot in our order. The official colors of the order are black and purple. Tonight I'm wearing, in fact, I got to talk about what I've also got going on here. I'm wearing tonight a beautiful satin purple robe.
You look lovely.
Thank you so much. And then I've got my witch hat on, which has stars all over it. And then on my altar, I've got some candles. These are Day of the Dead candles with the skulls and Dios de los Muertos. I don't know if I said that right, but you guys think I know. Day of the Dead. And like Lady Angela, I have some fruits here. They're back behind my cauldron. But I have a beautiful mystical apple. Apples are great signs of witchcraft, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. And also a pomegranate, which we're going to talk about tonight too. So, and then I have, of course, my cauldron, and then I have my wand. This is my new wand. And then I have my...
Ooh, that looks cool.
Oh yeah, let me show you this. You haven't seen this. This is a black ebony wood wand inlaid with silver, and it's got crystals on it and garnets. Isn't that just beautiful?
That's beautiful.
So, and Lady Angela, can I tell where I got this from?
Yes, you may.
All of my ritual supplies tonight are from the rarewiccaspells.com. So if you like anything you're seeing on my altar, this wand came from Rare Wicca Spells, which is Lady Angela's shop. My cauldron came from Rare Wicca Spells. My scrying bowl came from Rare Wicca Spells.
Your athame.
And my athame came from Rare Wicca Spells. So, and my pendant. Oh, I forgot that. I'm wearing tonight. It's hard to see here because I'm at a distance, but it's the Wheel of the Year. It's a sun, a solar sun with Celtic rays that are like Celtic knots coming out. And this has got 8 spokes around to represent the 8 Sabbats. So, and we're going to talk about this Sabbat, what it all means in just a few minutes here. But I thought what we would do is, Lady Angela, if you don't have anything else to add, we'd cast a circle, and then we'll talk about the meaning of the Lord's changes.
Absolutely, I'm ready.
All right. So for those of you who are new here, we cast a circle when we do ritual. And this is to create a sacred space where we gather. Now, you know, because we're all at physical distances, as we cast this circle, it allows wherever you are to be united with us. And it's opening a magical doorway so that we can gather and share our power and our experiences. So all of you here really are part of this ritual. It's not just like, oh, we're doing the ritual. We're all doing it together. And we're going to go to the etheric plane tonight to meet.
Can I add to that?
Yes, please.
So when you cast a circle, you're setting a place apart that's between both worlds. It's in between the spirit world. It's in between the physical world. And so like Lord Bob said, it's a place where we can all meet of like mind, you know, and of like presence at that time into that space. That's a space between both worlds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to do that. And all of you, I want you to join with us. So we're going to cast the circle on the etheric plane. And I want everybody just to settle down. Take your hands off your keyboards. And we're going to just close our eyes for a moment. And as we close our eyes, I want you just to let go all the crazy tensions of the day and enter into that place of silence and peace within. And as you're sitting with your eyes closed, keeping your eyes closed, I want you to visualize your current room that you're sitting in. And as you look across the room, you're going to see a glowing ball of white light floating in the middle of the room. And as you look at that ball of light, it becomes larger and longer. It becomes more like an oval shape. It elongates and reaches down to the floor, and it reaches up to the ceiling. Now you notice there's what appears to be a column of light in the middle of the room. But it's not just a normal column of light. You notice as you look through that column that it's almost like a window or a doorway, that you can start to faintly see images. You see some trees, and you notice it looks like a scene at nighttime. And so out of curiosity, you rise from your chair and you start to notice that you can walk now towards that doorway. And as you approach that beautiful doorway, that's a column of light in the middle of your room, you notice that you can just effortlessly step through that now. And so I want you to walk through that column, enter into it. And as you do, you notice now that you've passed through a doorway into a spiritual realm. And where you are is that you so suddenly realize you're standing in the middle of a beautiful, lush green field. As you look down to the ground now, I want you to look down. You'll notice that you're in bare feet and you're on rich emerald green grass. And you notice that you're now wearing a beautiful black robe with a purple cord tied around it. And as you look up, you notice that you're in this beautiful field and there are trees in the distance. You're in a clearing. And what do you see? A beautiful altar up ahead, a stone altar with a silver chalice on it. And you see somebody standing up by the altar. And you look, you say, oh, I think it's Lord Bob up there. That looks like Lady Angela. And so you see us and you call out to us, say, Lord Bob, Lady Angela. And we turn and we raise our arms and beckon you to come towards us. And now you're walking across this beautiful, lush, cool green field. Feel the cool, damp grass beneath your feet. As you look to the sky, it's an inky, dark blue. And up in the sky is shining the biggest, largest full moon you've ever seen. And as you're walking across this field, a gentle breeze blows. And you feel the cool, gentle air. You're not at all cold. It's so refreshing and nurturing. And as you look around, you see, oh my gosh, other people are now walking across the field. There's a whole bunch of people. And they're all walking up towards the altar. And as we arrive up to the altar, Lady Angela and I greet each of you. And we welcome you to our circle. And we ask you now to see yourself joining in a circle. Everybody's going to stand in a circle around this altar. And the altar, the stone altar, is in the center of the circle. And as we stand there, Lady Angela approaches the altar and lights the candles, one candle on each side of the silver chalice. And now I say, let us now turn to our left and our right. And as you stand in the circle, you'll notice that you see other members in beautiful black robes with purple cords. And there's a greeting and friendly people around you saying, welcome, brother, welcome, sister. And you know now that you're in a place of safety and peace. And so Lady Angela begins now to cast the circle. She has suddenly in her hand a beautiful silver chalice filled with holy water. And she walks around the perimeter of the circle. And she sprinkles each of us with the holy water and says to each of us, welcome, blessed be. May you be purified by this water and salt. And you realize you've received a blessing of holy water. Feel it sprinkle on your head. And as she's walking, I start to follow behind her, carrying a censer. And I'm bringing smoke around the altar, a swinging censer of brass. And as I swing it, smoke clouds rise. And you feel the scent and smell the scent of frankincense. Beautiful and luxurious as the incense. And as we return to the altar now, we set the censer and the chalice on the altar. And we raise our hands and we call for the powers of the quarters. And we say, east, south, west, north, I call the sacred circle forth. Lady Angela follows and repeats my words, and she says, east, south, west, forth. Let us call the sacred circle forth. And what you notice as we're doing this is that a blue light starts to form on the ground by our feet. And you feel a buzzing, and you look to the ground, and you see that we're now standing with a blue light connecting all of us. It's a humming, and it passes like a laser light around the circle, fast as light. And now we're standing on a circle of blue light glowing from the ground. And that circle of light starts to form into an arc above us. And we notice that we're now inside of a half of a sphere of blue light. We have entered a place out of time and a time out of place. We are now in our circle. We feel it's humming. And as we look around, we see the smiling faces of those who have gathered with us on this sacred night. And so now we say, our circle is cast. We invite forth the Lord and the Lady to join us on this special night. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
And when you're ready, I want you to understand that you have the power as a magical person to exist on both planes. So our etheric circle is going to continue for the rest of the night. Yet for now, you realize you can shift your consciousness back and forth. And so I want you to know that you are still on the etheric plane in part, but you're also here back on the physical plane in part. And so slowly we're going to shift our consciousness back to the physical plane, knowing that our etheric circle is now cast. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you'll be back in the physical. And know that our circle is now here.
That was amazing, Lord Bob. You always cast the circle the best.
Oh, blessings. It's a beautiful and wonderful, magical experience for me. And I'm so honored to have the chance to do that tonight.
I feel the others around us. I feel them. We have more than just us here.
I'm feeling like, wow, we opened something there.
Right.
And I'm curious if how many of you out there are feeling it as well. You know, oops, my cord slipped off it. But I'm so glad you're here. Now, tonight is a special night. It's Samhain. And for those of us who are the Wicca, there's a whole story about this. This is the kind of the end of the harvest cycle. And tonight we mourn the passing of the Lord. And the Lord tonight has died, and he has crossed into the spirit world. Now, the truth is, we know the Lord is eternal. He doesn't really ever truly die, so don't get too distressed. But he leaves us for a little while. And I believe that the Lord leaves us at this time to teach us how to go through life, that the material world has impermanence. And when we come into the material world, we all take on mortality. And we also have to have time of grief in this life. But we also know that come Yule, which is our next Sabbath in December, our Lord will be reborn of the great and ancient mother. And so tonight we mourn the passing of the Lord. We join with the goddess as she says goodbye to her Lord as he crosses into the underworld. The signs of sorrow and bitterness in this life is reflected in the mystical pomegranate. And so this is why we've brought this to our altar tonight. The pomegranate is a fascinating fruit because many people love it. They love the seeds, they love the flavor. And it's a mixture. Lady Angela, you might want to add in on this. It's a mixture of bitterness and yet passion of life. It's like grief and celebration all in one.
Right.
And so we love and we learn and we lose. And the bitterness that we experience does not take away the joy of having loved. And like the goddess who shares her eternal love with the Lord tonight, we have our mystical pomegranate.
I love the pomegranate and how it, like Lord Bob said, it reflects two sides of a coin. It's symbolic of the underworld, but it's very symbolic of the goddess Persephone and how her travels were both above in our world and also in the underworld. It represents Venus and Pluto and their relationship. And what I find interesting is it also represents your third eye chakra as well as your root chakra, which again are two opposites, like polar opposites. So it's an in between. And like Lord Bob said, it is bitter, but yet it's also sweet and succulent and juicy and wonderful. I'm a fan of pomegranate, and I always picture Persephone whenever I eat pomegranates, and just how she had to spend time in the underworld, but then she also got to go above ground, and how the fruit of both was so sweet, but it was a compromise, and it's just a wonderful thing. So it shows the joys and the pains of like how we have someone here and we love them, and then they travel into the underworld, so there's a little bit of pain there, but we still know that they're still with us. There's transition and transformation. It's just a beautiful thing.
That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I love it. You know, the other fruit that we have on our altar tonight, well, at least on my altar, I have one other fruit, which is the apple. And the apple is treasured among witches and Wiccans and pagans because it also represents life and mystery. The sign of the apple is the sign of the goddess. In fact, and Lady Angela, I think you know this, in the ancient tales of King Arthur, the Isle of Avalon, where the priestess is trained. Avalon is the ancient Celtic word for apple. So Avalon was the land of the sacred apples, which represent the mother. And tonight I want to share with you a little mystery about the apple. Many people don't know this, but inside of the apple, if you take a knife and you cut it across its stomach, hold on, I got to do this. Cut it right in the middle, and be very careful as you do it. Oops, my knife is not so sharp. Lady Angela, I didn't test this knife out. Well, that's all right. We'll work on it here. But the ancient priestesses and priests of the old ways, this was a lesson that was taught them. And they would oftentimes take the young initiates out, and they would say, "Where is the goddess?" And they'd say, "Do you know that the goddess is right here amongst us?" And when they would cut open the apple, in the center, I can get it closer here. Do you guys see that image? What's there? The sign of the pentagram, the 5-pointed star, is hidden within each apple. And so this is a lesson that we share with you tonight. And if you ever say, "Where is the goddess? Is she truly amongst us?" Her sacred symbol is kept within this fruit. And so when you eat apples, you partake of life. It's very healthy for you too. But you also share in the ancient mystery of the goddess. And so this is why we have apples. You know, in a lot of Halloween celebrations, they have bobbing for apples, you know, where you dig in, pick them up. That actually comes from the pagan tradition of the goddess is present on this night through this fruit. So
That's awesome.
Isn't that wonderful? So, you know, you might want to get an apple and explore this and see that pentagram for yourself. Anyways. Well, Lady Angela, I think we should begin our prayers. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Would you like to let them know where you found this lovely ritual that we're borrowing and using?
Yes, thank you for that. Tonight's ritual is taking from, oops, I don't have the book here, Scott Cunningham's book. It's called Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary. And I love his rituals because they're very simple, yet very profound. And so if you want to recreate this ritual, we're doing it just a little different tonight. But you can get that at your store carries that book, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So go to rarewiccaspells.com and get Scott Cunningham's Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner. And that's where this is coming from. So hail to Scott Cunningham, one of my favorite authors.
Mine too.
So tonight we're going to offer some prayers to the passing of the god, and then we'll do our petitions in the cauldron after that. So Lady Angela, oh wait, I'm doing the leading prayer, sorry.
You're up.
All right, so I want everybody just to relax. Think about the Lord's passing. Think about the pomegranate. Think about the bitterness of life. And let us say, on this night of Samhain, I mark your passing, O Sun King, through the sunset into the land of the young. I mark also the passing of all who have gone before, and all who will go after. O gracious goddess, eternal mother, you who give birth to the fallen, teach me to know that in the time of greatest darkness, there is the greatest light. So mote it be.
So mote it be. The ritual calls it this time for us to cut open the pomegranate and to spend a moment while we taste its seeds in reflection of those who have passed, in the passing of the Lord, in the passing of our loved ones in this life, those who have gone before. Look how beautiful pomegranates are when you cut them.
It looks like how many spokes are in there?
I just thought of that, and it only has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's so beautiful.
Pretty close, though.
Right. And just to spend a moment reflecting on those who have passed, and they've crossed over. And right now the veil is thin. And now is the time when you think of them, you call them forth and you honor them. You honor their memory. You honor their spirit. You keep them alive and here and viable. And just to spend a moment to reflect on that. And even those that have gone before, those who perhaps no one's around to even remember anymore. And they just float about and visit all of us and bring their blessings or tell their tales. And think about the Lord and his crossing. And now comes the most favorite part. Our ritual calls for us to light a fire within the cauldron. And a candle is okay to use, it says.
Okay. Now, Lady Angela, before we light that, I've got to get set up here. So give me just a minute. And I just want to say what we've written on our petition. I wrote mine a little earlier. But this is a time where as we're letting the Lord go, we also want to let go of things in our life that we want to be free of so that we're starting new at Yule.
Right.
And this time of grieving is also grieving things that we haven't done or haven't accomplished. And so we don't have to carry that burden. We're going to release that tonight and start new. So get a piece of paper if you're doing this and write on that something you want to let go. So I wrote something already on mine and I've got it here.
I have 2, and this is something personal. Sorry, I'm chewing on pomegranate seeds. But this is something personal. We're not necessarily going to tell you what we wrote down because this is something personal, something that we want to release from our lives, something we feel might be old and weighing us down, or some kind of baggage we've been dragging around, just something we want to let go of, or something that has been hindering or slowing our progress. I've written down 2 things on paper, and these are very personal, so we're not going to share them out loud, and yours should be very personal as well and heartfelt. You can have as many pieces of paper as you want. You could write on a whole entire sheet of paper, a whole entire list of things if you want. That's fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to burn these in our cauldron or burn these on our candle.
So I'm very light. I hope I didn't put too much in.
That's what I'm thinking too. Luckily, I don't have nothing over here, but.
Yeah, I've got it open. It's on a heat-proof dish. So we're going to light it. Oh, there it goes. Can you see? Oh, the flames are coming up.
I love it. Okay, now I'm going to say the incantation. Wise one of the waning moon, goddess of the starry night, I create this fire within your cauldron to transform that which is plaguing me. May the energies be reversed from darkness, light, from bane, good, from death, birth. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
And now we drop our papers into our flames.
There it goes. Ooh, it's burning quick. That's a good sign. You know, when you're doing a petitions, if they burn up quickly, that's a sign that power is working already. Oh, it looks beautiful burning. It's going and going.
I think my flame's bigger than yours.
I'm surprised because I actually spilled more in there than I planned.
Me too, apparently. It's lovely, though. This is a clean burning flame, and we're using cast iron cauldrons, so they're very fireproof. So our ritual says, light the paper in the cauldron's flame and drop it inside. As it burns, know that your ill diminishes, that these things lessen, and that they are freed from you. They finally leave you, as it is consumed by the universal fires.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
And while our cauldron is burning, if you don't have a cauldron, send your intention into our cauldrons tonight, and we'll let our flame burn for you as well.
Yes, good point.
Okay, so if you're watching, said, gee, I can't do this. Right now, while we're live, this power is moving. Send your petitions psychically to the cauldron.
Yes.
This flame, I ask, stand for all who need this intercession.
Yes. And I'll even, you can freestyle it. I'm going to wave my athame over mine and make the sign of the pentacle and declare, this is my will, so mote it be.
This is my will, so mote it be.
I always love a flaming cauldron. There's nothing better than that.
We'll get some little pyros. Lady Angela and I, we've always said we wanted to have our own island where we could have a giant outdoor place and do giant bonfire.
Oh, man, yes.
We'd be leaping the bonfire. I went to a Hindu temple once where they did outdoor bonfires and we'd all dance around. It felt so pagan. It was wonderful.
I love bonfires, even from as a kid. I love it. The dancing of the flame. And the flame represents spirit. And, the burning of something, this is a great point to bring up. We wrote down something on physical paper. We made it physical. Even though it was a thought form, we wrote it down and made it physical. By burning it, you transform it into smoke, which transforms it from an earth element, which is physical, into an air element. You just sent something from here into the spirit world. That's a wonderful way of manifestation.
Absolutely. Mine's still burning. Lady Angela, we had so much fun with that. Maybe we should light it one more time. So
Okay.
People who are just coming in might want to have a petition. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to put just a little more dose in mine. You too? So we're not just lighting up rubbing alcohol, okay? We're using a cast iron dish on a fire-safe platform. We have table salt in there, a good amount too, a good pile. And then we pour in some rubbing alcohol. I'm pouring it right on my papers, the little bits that's left. This is known as the clean burning blue flame. Ready?
Hold on a second. I got to get our longer lighter. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me get this going.
I release these.
This is for all of you. I want you to choose something you want to release. And now let's send it. Oops, hold on, I gotta get this going.
Yep.
Send it into the cauldron.
This is our will. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Mine's really excited this time.
Yeah, this is for all of you tonight. May the wishes and prayers and petitions of those who gather with us tonight enter into this cauldron and be transformed into a blessing in their lives. So mote it be.
So mote it be. Oh, this is great. We've done our Samhain ritual for a few years now, as pointing out to Lord Bob, and it's always wonderful. We're so glad you guys are here to join us with this and to raise the vibration and just to learn and grow with us. It's a true blessing, and we love you all. And we're so happy you're here with us in this journey.
Yes, I so agree. The Order of the Purple Cord has been such a blessing to my life, and so many of you have written to me and said how glad you are to gather with those who share your faith. You know, there are a lot of Wiccans all over the country and around the world who are alone. And so our order exists so that you have a place to gather with people who share your values. People of, what's the word you say, Angela? Like mind.
Like mind.
Yes. And so Lady Angela and I are honored to be here with you. And we have had a break from the witching hour simply due to technical problems. Not that we don't love all of you.
And we do miss you all, and we are working on it.
We're working on getting it back going. And as I'm able to expand, we'll have our old group back hopefully soon. But for now, we wanted to at least try this to be with you. And we're so glad you're here. Oops, it looks like mine went down. I think a lot of people sent petitions in and edit it all up.
What a blessing to add to the energy, and to cleanse our lives of something, that doesn't serve us anymore, to release it. It's a beautiful thing. And for all of you to join us here tonight, and also those who replay this video and follow along or even do bits and pieces of it, it adds to the energy, and you draw from this energy into your craft. And then also by you performing it, you add to this craft. So it's an ongoing blessing and empowering. So it's not like a shot in the dark one-time thing. This is an ongoing thing of blessing and making this come true and manifest. And we thank you for that.
And I always like to say, people say, oh, Bob, I missed the Samhain ritual. And I always say you can watch it on replay and do it, because from now till Yule, we're really in Samhain time. It's not just one day, it's a season. We're in Samhain season now.
Right. Lord Bob, I brought something I hadn't told you about before we start our divination part.
All right.
I did make a copy just on regular paper of the Witch's Rune. And you could get a copy of this at my website, rarewiccaspells.com, on beautiful parchment paper. But I thought maybe in honor of Samhain, I might recite this for us.
Oh, would you? That would be a lovely blessing.
Thank you for letting me. I love this.
I'm going to move this over. It's very hot, so.
Right. Now this, I believe, was written originally by Doreen Valiente. Darksome night and shimmering moon, hearken to the witch's rune. East, then south, west, then north, here come I to call thee forth. By all the powers of land and sea, be obedient unto me. Wand and pentacle, cup and sword, hearken ye unto my word. Cords and censers, scourge and knife, waken all ye into life. Powers of the witch's blade, come ye as this charge is made. Queen of heaven, field and dell, send your aid unto this spell. Horned hunter of the night, work my will by magic right. By all the might of moon and sea, as I do will, it shall be. By all the powers of land and sea, as I say, so mote it be.
So mote.
I got chills doing that. I just love I love the Witch's Rune. I love it.
I love it. It looks like we're getting a lot of hearts over in the chat. Guys, I'm not going to ignore you. We can't see the chat because of our setup tonight. I can just see a little bit because to set our altar, we had to move the computers way back. But thank you for all the hearts, and it looks like happy faces, and people have said they really love it.
I wonder if you guys like my glass I'm drinking my water out of tonight. I have a set of mugs, and they're all sugar skulls. So I thought, how perfect. I have a white one, a black one, and a blue one. And this is sugar skull time.
I'm feeling it. That's why I saw these candles and I had to buy them, I got my sugar skull.
Well, it's so awesome. My birthday was on the 6th, and one of the beautiful gifts I got from a very good friend was these sugar skull LED candles. And she didn't even know how much of a klutz I am when I do my magic. So I thought, how perfect. And I'm going to certainly let her know I have now made it worldwide broadcast live magic using those candles. Let her know how much that she just nailed it. So
I love it. Well, congratulations on those. That's a beautiful gift. So, well, guys, we're going to do, it's traditional in witch circles that on tonight we do a little bit of scrying. And scrying is a form of magic. People say, they say Bob, is scrying magical? I say, yes, it is. And there are many ways to scry. We could use crystal balls, we can use mirrors, we can use black mirrors, silver mirrors. But I really resonate to my water element. And so this is a beautiful scrying bowl. Let's see if I bring it a little closer. This is the triple goddess scrying bowl. And it's got the maiden. Oops, I'm going to catch myself on fire here. The mother, and then the crone around the sides. And it's a deep black bowl. I got this from Lady Angela's site from Rare Wicca Spells.
And you can get one too.
Yeah, but you can get if you like, because a lot of people say, that's a cool bowl. It's hard to see here because I don't have the best lighting today, but it's got the witches or the goddess images. It has Celtic knots. It's got vines and trees, and it like goes through the seasons. It's just a beautifully done bowl. And I've had a lot of success with it. A lot of you have told me how much you enjoy it when I do scrying. So tonight I'm going to do a little bit of scrying, and then Lady Angela's going to do a little bit of card pulling. Now, I have to add some water to my bowl. I didn't fill it earlier because I thought I'd flip it over, which is always possible. So we're going to put
he
this.
Would too.
I would. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's see me my candles.
I'm so proud of you. You had a flaming cauldron. You got 3 candles. You're
I'm doing pretty
good.
I
don't want you to. Oh shoot!
Don't curse me now.
I would never curse you.
we're gonna add some water to our bowl here. So. I'm an Aquarius. I love to pour water. That's an Aquarian thing.
What are you using to pour? What
this
is that?
An antique silver. It's got to be polished. It's antique silver, Victorian water pitcher in silver.
Oh, wow.
And you can't see it here, but it's got Lord Pan engraved around.
Oh, how cool is it? You love Lord Pan.
Yeah, and I found this at a thrift store, and it's hard to see here. I'll see if I can bring it up. But Lord Pan,
be careful.
I chose it tonight. I know. Thank you.
Welcome.
But his fate, it doesn't really show up here very clearly. But if you look at the band,
dancing around.
No, that's his face.
Oh, I see it.
Can you see that?
So cool.
So this is from like 1890s. It's really old, but I've been using it for years and I love it. I haven't polished it because I kind of like its ancient look now,
Yep. No,
So
I heard you can use toothpaste and a cloth to rub old silver or brass and it'll actually polish it up good if you want it.
I've heard that too. Yeah, I've thought about trying that. So I may yet do that. I haven't decided yet, but I do love it.
It's nice.
Well, guys, what we're going to do when we do water scrum, we want to settle down. We want to open the portal. So I'm going to use my wand because I think of wand as a tool of invocation.
Oh, I love that wand.
Isn't this beautiful? I'm loving it.
Rosewood.
I'm going to trace a pentacle here. And I'm going to say, here this pentacle I lay to open this portal now today. May only good come to pass. May evil stop and not last. Let us see what we should see. As I will, so mote it be. So mote it be. And now with scrying, what you want to do is just settle down. I wish you guys could see into the water here, but anyways, it's a deep pool, like looking into a black inky pool. And let's see what comes to us. Wow, this is really fast. I'm getting stuff right away, Lady Angela. It's funny, I'm seeing myself back in the circle, the etheric circle, and I'm hearing a voice that's coming through. It sounds like flutes, like music, like somebody's playing flutes. And I'm going to step out of the circle across the field because I'm being drawn over there, and I'm looking. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm seeing a group of satyrs with Pan. Pan is with them, and it's a group of satyrs, and they're all dancing and playing flutes.
Oh, wow.
And they're beckoning me. They say, come join us. I can see them.
Celebrating.
Yeah, and so I'm going there. And Pan is talking to me. Pan just said, he said, it's true that I die at Samhain, but he said, I only carry my party elsewhere.
Woo!
So he's celebrating. He said, we are glad that you have gathered with us. He's giving, this is really interesting. He's giving me a message, Lady Angela. He said, please share with all of your friends that I, the great god Pan, am your guide and friend. Do not have fear of us. We of the deities love and protect each of you. And in the blackest of the night, know that I walk by your side as your guardian. The goddess is with you, and if you will but look to the stars above, you will see her glowing in the moon and in the stars. She spans the heavens with her beauty. I tonight walk the earth. I am the green man. I am Pan. I am also the son of the bright noonday. I am Pan. I am all. Embrace me and let your journey be full. Magic is yours if you will but embrace it. And I will walk with you down that path of joy. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Okay, he's stepping back. Hold on, I've got somebody else coming in here. There's somebody trying to walk for. Oh my God. Angela, this is for you. Goddess Hecate is showing herself to me.
Oh my God.
And she said, I've come tonight to celebrate with you and my high priestess. She said, will you please convey to Lady Angela my love and thanksgiving for her service to me over many years. And she said, I'm using this portal to reach all of you tonight. She says, there are many here tonight who have the fear of the dark realm. She said, darkness is not evil. It is the place of rest. Many have come into the world to teach that darkness is evil. And so many are disconnected from the healing power that I would bring. If you will embrace your inner darkness, you will find me. I am Hecate, and I love each of you, for each of you are my children. As I see the Lord pass into the darkness, I know that though I let him go, at the same time I am there to greet him. And like each of you who will cross into the realms of darkness, I also shall greet you. Know that the Lord and I never leave any of our children alone or abandoned. Let go of the fear of loss, for life is yours, and it is eternal, and we share it with each of you. I send to each of you my love and my blessing this night. She stepped back. Ooh,
So mote it be. Wow.
Wow, that was amazing. I never had her come through ever.
Wow.
Man, like that, no way.
Stunning.
I'm blessed. Woo.
The
I
goddess.
want to
Yes.
ask for another thing tonight. I feel like I got it all.
Wow.
Wow, isn't that amazing?
So mote it be.
They came like their face came right up like it was like three-dimensional.
Oh, wow.
It was really amazing. Wow.
That is so cool. You know, Lord Bob is amazing with water scrying. You know, I never was able to water scry. That's okay too. You know, I do cards and I do candle scrying, but he is amazing. Top notch.
Well, you know, when I got my bowl, I just knew this was going to be a longtime friend of mine.
And you know, it's all the faces of Hecate around it as well.
That's true. Oh my gosh, that's right. I didn't realize it. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lady Angela, will you bless us with some mystery and some messages?
I will. Now, the deck I'm using, I was thinking which deck. I could have used my regular tarot, and that would have been appropriate and just fine. And even Lord Bob could have pulled out a Ouija board, you know, and done some stuff like that. But anything goes, whatever you feel like, you know, as your Samhain celebration. But I thought, you know what? We're talking about deceased ones. We're talking about ancestors. We're talking about those on the other side. I thought, I'm going to pull out the past life one. And we're not necessarily pulling up one of our past lives, but let's see who on the other side, who has lived in the past, has a message for all of us.
All right.
So I've been shuffling them a little bit as we go.
That's really original.
Yeah, so I call upon the other side, whatever spirit is there that would like to give us a message, that would like us all, everywhere, to spend just a moment of contemplation, quiet contemplation of you and how you have interacted in our lives now and in our lives in the past. Whether we've lived as you, crossed path as you, or just you come to us out of love and light with your message. What spirit would like to come forth?
So motivated.
Okay, I'm going to break them into 3. Okay. The spirit that comes forth for us all. Oh, interesting. The card of the arts.
Oh, fascinating.
The arts. So I'm going to go to the book and read what it says for us.
All right.
I bet we've all had a time or two with the arts. Let's see here. I don't always work with this deck, so I have to find out where it is. Arts. There we go. No, I've never had that card come up before. I've worked with this deck before, and I haven't had that card come up before. We all have artistic and creative talents that desire expression. This card comes to us as a sign that we all would do well in some way of relating to the arts. It also indicates that we are involved in the arts in prior lifetimes, which can explain our natural talents in the present. As a prodigy, we have artistic skills that are innate, skills within us, and don't require training or the need to practice, things that just come natural to us, whether it's drawing, whether it's music, whether it's crafting of some kind. These inherent abilities have been passed down from our prior lives. Ooh, I got chills. It's important to explore and give permission to unleash your artistic side. This could lead to a lucrative career or a fulfilling avocation or hobby. So take your arts and crafts and creative sides and follow your inner voice and inner guidance about your own personal creativity. That is so cool.
Wow. So the spirit of an artist is come to us tonight.
Yeah, our own artistic spirits, it sounds like.
Amazing.
It's dying
Wow.
to be awoken.
I'm liking
Wow.
that.
Thank
Well,
you.
you know, can I take a moment, Lady Angela, and
Yes,
remind
please.
people to go to my website. If you like art, start that tonight by collecting and studying art. This is my newest painting, which is called Martian Biomorph. So just want to put that out there. PsychicBob.com. It's a free download. Visit my website and get that. That'll help you.
Wow, so that encourages us to explore that inner voice within us or that itch within us to do something creative, artistic, and whatever it is, whether it's something we do to go full force or something that's whispering within us that we're itching to do but don't have time. Now's the time. So motivated.
That's amazing.
Man, that was good. I liked it.
Thank you for sharing that. That was really, really amazing. I love that. Well, I tell you guys, see, we've received such a blessing tonight.
This has been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have. You know, Lord Bob and I, we really love doing these Samhain rituals and sharing this with you guys. And thanks to modern technology, we're able to do this together and encourage you to do it with us. And what we really liked about tonight's presentation is we showed a lot of different things that you can do, you know. We explored a lot of variety. And so if you wanted to either copy us or do bits and pieces, you know, we just hope that it encourages you, inspires you to do something, just to do something in honor of the holiday.
I am so with you. And we you know, we want to tell each of you thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, yes.
We're so honored that you take the time to join our magical rituals and be here. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Lady Angela, should we close the circle now?
I think so.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to go back to the etheric plane now. So what I want you to do is get comfortable in your chairs. We're going to just start by closing our eyes again. And as you close your eyes, just a subtle shift of your mind puts you back standing in our circle in the field. And as you look again down to the ground and above you, you notice that blue light glowing, the dome of blue that surrounds us, and that sharp laser blue that flashes at our feet. We stand inside this beautiful circle. And as you take a moment, look to your left and look to your right, and you'll see some familiar faces there. Lord Tony's there, and there's Lady Carol. Look at that. There's Stojance across the circle. Kathy Private's there.
I see Gav.
I see Gav over there. And I want each of you just to take a moment and tell the person next to you. You may not know them, or you may, but look to your left and say, thank you, brother or sister. Look to your right and say, thank you, brother or sister, whoever you pick up around you. And know that you have gathered here on the etheric plane, and that our order has this sacred place, this mystical field of meeting under this mystical full moon. And once you've said your thank yous to those who have gathered, it's time now to close the circle. And so I walk from the altar over to the northern quarter. And so I say, north, west, south, east. As I walk the circle, I chant this. North, west, south, east. The sacred circle is now released. Lady Angela follows behind me, and she also repeats north, west, south, east. The sacred circle is now released. And holding our athames, fall into our athame. Is now released. And so we begin to walk back across the field. Feel your robe swaying at your feet. See your cord. And as you walk through the field, noticing the beautiful moonlit ground, you see ahead a glowing column of light. That is your doorway back to the physical earth realm. And so I want each of you to walk through that doorway. And as you walk through, you are transformed back into the physical realm. And you see your body sitting in your chair at your computer. And all you do is walk over to that chair and literally sit down as if you're sitting on your own lap. And as you sit down in the chair, you merge completely now back into your physical shell. And you feel the rejoining of the body and the spirit. And when you feel that you're back in your body, you can open your eyes. You'll be fully in your chair and reunified.
That was so great tonight. I loved it.
that wonderful? I tell you. So see, guys, are we all coming back? Hopefully. Now, if you're coming back and you're feeling a little disjointed, you don't feel like you're in your body, sometimes just stamp your feet on the ground or clap your hands, and that will ground you back into your physical and spiritual bodies.
I actually exhaled as well. I stepped into my body and I was here.
Isn't that wonderful? Okay, there's a good technique as well. Well, guys,
Awesome.
I tell you, I've had the best time today. Thank you for being here with us. Listen, we're gonna do. Hopefully, we'll have the group back on Yule for the Yule ritual, but we'll talk about that as we get closer. But I do want to remind you, keep it here at Spirit Channel, because Psychic Bob's got something every day. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Thursday. It's Vlog Thursday. And Psychic Bob's going to go out and have a little. I'm not sure where I'm going yet, but we're going to get out for a little while and see what there is to see. So make sure to be back here then. By the way, if you get a chance and you pop over to my website, a lot of you have been asking me how to get your spiritual lives going. I'm a published author. You might want to pick up my books. We've got Messages from Rose. This one right now has been very popular. Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances. This is about my work with the Ouija board. We got Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom, Psychic Bob's Book of Spells. All of that's available at, right down there in the box, PsychicBob.com. So
Lord Bob's books are awesome. You guys think he's great live. And I tell you, he's my best friend. And even if it's just me and him shooting the hay on the phone, it's still Lord Bob. And in his writing, it's still him. It reads great. It flows. And I find I can't get enough. I started with Messages from Rose. And then I read his When Worlds Unite. Now, that book, I swear, is written by Fletcher. But
it
was awesome, but you just can't get enough of them. It's just wonderful. And if you don't mind me pointing out, all of you subscribers of Spirit Channel, head over to my website. It's right down there, rarewiccaspells.com. Use coupon code Spirit Channel, all one word, and you save 10% off of whatever you buy every time.
That's awesome. I love it. Yes, please go over to her store. I buy all my stuff there. I love my wand. I love my athame. I love my scry. All of it.
That wand suits you. It really suits you.
I'm so glad that I got it. It's just divine.
It suits you.
I consecrated it a few weeks ago, and I'm glad because it's all charged up for tonight. So.
It really, really suits you.
Thank you so much. It really is my style. So anyways, go to Rare Wicca Spells. Also remind you, in fact, ladies, I got to tell them, for those of you who were not at last night's video, I had a special announcement. I've started a new type of psychic reading, and it's called a compact voice reading. And this is a reading for people who maybe don't want a full hour reading. It's not as long as the full hour reading, but what you do is you write to me an email saying you want a compact voice reading, and you can have 1 to 3 questions. What I will do is I will take your email and I will do a reading on those questions, and I will prepare it on an audio file that I will send to you via email. And so you'll get Psychic Bob's personal undivided attention for your issues, and you can actually hear me talking to you. As I said, it's a short reading. It's probably about 15 minutes. But it will give you, something if you need something right away and you can't wait for a private hour session, or maybe you're just not ready for an hour, whatever reason, this is an option. Now, my price for this is $80. And a lot of people are already reaching out and said they love it. So I would love the chance to do that for you. Now, my private readings are an hour long, and those are $150 an hour. But in the private reading, the full hour, we cover a lot more because we cover your past, your present, your future, all your spirit guides, messages from them, messages from deceased loved ones. We look at your life themes. We look at your karmic links, and I answer as many questions as you want. So that's the difference. The private hour, you get a full hour of my undivided time. But some people have said to me, well, PsychicBob, I just have 2 burning questions. I'm not really interested in that. What else do you offer? And that's why we started the compact voice reading. Now, the difference also is the compact voice reading, you will get a response within 48 hours of your payment. So my private readings, sometimes I'm booked up a week to 2 to sometimes even a month ahead. So if you want to get in for something right away, the compact voice reading may be an option for you to think about. So yeah, but go over to my website, PsychicBob.com, and check that out, okay? Anything you want to add about that, Lady Angela?
His readings are awesome, guys. He covers everything. He does your past life. He talks about your chakras. He talks about life themes. You've got spirit people that step forward. He'll tell you about them, and he'll describe them and tell you about them and give you their message. Sometimes they're not even from this life. Maybe they're from a past life. I've had that with him. People from past lives to step forward. And I didn't even know that. He'll talk about your guides and any questions you have throughout. And some people come to him all the time, like several times a month. You don't get the same reading every time. It's updated. He gives you a wonderful reading that is perfect and tuned to you right now. And the only thing you're going to regret is you haven't got one sooner.
Well, I hope you guys. Right now, we're still in Halloween season, so it's a little hectic, but we are getting back to you all as quickly as we can. And so thank you for your wonderful support. Thank you for your understanding and patience. And I'm looking forward to hearing from those of you who are, feel like you want to invest in yourself. I always say a reading is an investment in yourself.
And it's worth it, guys. It is worth it.
Thank you, Lady Angela. I've read for all of Lady Angela's family too, I think.
Yep. Yep.
So, PsychicBob keeps busy, but I would love the chance to read for you. So reach out to me. You can call me also, my office number. Put this in your cell phone, 703-825-3929. Okay, again, Bob Hickman, 703-825-3929. Give me a call. We'll get you on the schedule. You can also write to me at my official email. All of these links into Lady Angela's, by the way, will be in the description box after this video posts as well. So if you don't remember it, you can go back and get it there. My email is psychicbobhickman@gmail.com. So reach out to me. All those links will be below. And visit our websites. We look forward to hearing from you. You guys rock. Anything else you want to say, Lady Angela?
I just want to wish everybody a happy Halloween, a beautiful, blessed Samhain, and many bright blessings for the new year. Samhain is traditionally the witch's New Year's. So I wish you all many bright blessings. After you burn your petitions, I hope many blessings fall upon you. Be safe and have fun.
And I echo that with so motive be. Happy Halloween. Happy Samhain. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Until then, may all of you always blessed
be.
All right, I got to walk across the room to turn this off. Hold on, guys. Say goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mwah.
Blessings to all of you.